What's up, everybody? It's Yong here, and welcome to an episode of The Yong Show. That's right, folks, I am changing names. No more NASIAN Persuasion. I am rebranding a bit in the coming few days, but I'll talk more about that later. Today I want to talk about the latest episode of Nintendo Direct, which streamed on January 14th, 2015, which as of now, for me, is today. And I must say that I really enjoyed this Nintendo Direct. There's a lot of cool announcements. Now, I'm just gonna be talking about the major announcements as well as things that interested me personally. So if you want the full scoop, head over to Nintendo's YouTube channel where you will find the full Nintendo Direct episode. Anyways, without further ado, let's dive right into it. I would like to begin by talking about the new Nintendo 3DS XL, which finally has a release date for North America and Europe, February 13th, 2015. It'll come in red and black, and it'll cost $200. Nothing surprising, really, especially after the leak from yesterday, the GameStop promotional material leak, which pretty much detailed all of this information. And those who've been following the Japanese new 3DSs, you all pretty much know what you're gonna get. I mean, better angles for 3D, C-Stick, more powerful processor, NFC for amiibos, slightly longer battery life, faster internet, and the list just goes on. And from what I've heard, this is definitely a worthy upgrade. As in, even if you have a 3DS, it's definitely worth getting this upgrade for the awesome extra features. But it's not mandatory. This is not a completely new system. It's just an upgrade. It'll play old 3DS games, and if you have the old 3DS, you'll be fine. I don't think there will be too many new 3DS exclusives, you know, except for like Xenoblade maybe, and maybe a few others, but I'm sure all the major titles will come to both the regular 3DS and the new 3DS. Now, something that I find interesting is that Europe and North America are only getting the XL versions of the new 3DS. The regular ones are not coming to those regions for some reason. I don't know why. For me, it's not a big deal because I've always preferred the XL size, but I know some of you were looking forward to the faceplates, which look really cool. So for those people, I'm sorry to say that that's not going to happen in those regions, at least for now. You never know. We may get a separate announcement in the future, but for now, we are only getting the XLs. I already pre-ordered my new Nintendo 3DS XL, and I specifically pre-ordered the Majora's Mask Edition new 3DS. I mean, let's talk about that for a second. It is the sexiest thing I've seen in a very long time. I mean, God, I mean, just the gold with the engraving of the Majora's Mask in the middle, and all the other stuff in the corners, the four masks, and everything's just beautiful. I still remember when I was watching the Nintendo Direct live, and when Bill Trinan pulled up the console and showed it for the first time, I made this, like, really weird, like, feminine gasp, like a, you know, like one of those. Just subconsciously, like my brain just couldn't take the awesomeness, so it had to unleash it somehow, and it decided to do it through this really weird noise that I've never made before, but it was worth it because that is sexy, and I pre-ordered mine. And from what I hear, they are flying off the shelves pretty quickly. In fact, what I did was, as soon as that was revealed, the Majora's Mask Edition new 3DS XL, I went to Amazon.com and GameStop.com and just constantly refreshed until one of them had it, and GameStop had it first, so I pre-ordered from there. Literally like 15 to 20 minutes later, it was gone. Like, it's crazy how fast that went. I'm not sure if it's because of limited supply, if it's because of high demand, or a little bit of both, but holy shit, that flew off the shelves. Now, something weird that I found out was that the game does not come included in the North American version of the Majora's Mask new 3DS XL, which I find to be rather weird, but for me it's not a problem because, actually this is good for me because I pre-ordered the limited edition Majora's Mask, you know, the one with the figurine. So this actually works out really well for me, but I know there are some people out there who would have preferred that the game be included, even if it is at an extra cost. But yeah, I don't know why that is. I don't know what's going through Nintendo's mind. Honestly, they're doing like really different things for different regions, and it's just weird, but you know, gotta deal with it, I guess. Now, for those who couldn't manage to pre-order the Majora's Mask Edition 3DS XL before it sold out, and I hate the name, God, new 3DS XL Majora's Mask Edition, it's a mouthful, I have to say it every time. Anyway, if you couldn't pre-order the Majora's Mask Edition, I think you should pre-order the Monster Hunter 4 Edition, which looks really cool. That's the one that I was going to pre-order until the Majora's Mask Edition was announced. But if you are a fan of Monster Hunter 4 and you like the design, the metal design of this new 3DS XL, then I would highly recommend it. This one does come with the game, so it is an extra, what is it, like 30 bucks, but it comes with the game and it comes at a discount, so pretty good stuff. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the big announcements. Now I want to talk about some games that drew my attention. The first of which was Majora's Mask 3D, of course. The game looks amazing. There's a 6-minute trailer in the Japanese Nintendo YouTube channel, and there's also a 16-minute demo by Eiji Aonuma. He just kind of walks around Clocktown, but you can get a pretty good idea for what the visuals look like, and they look really good. I cannot wait to play it on my Majora's Mask Edition new 3DS XL. Now, I did notice that they changed a few things, like some of the boss battles just look different from what I remember. Like, some of them have eyeballs in places where they never used to, and I feel like certain aspects of some of the boss battles will change to accommodate for the portable nature of the 3DS, and maybe it'll hopefully make it more challenging, or maybe just more fun. I don't know what they're going for here, but there's definitely some difference when it comes to the boss battles. And of course, we got other enhancements, like the ability to use the second screen, the touch screen, to switch between items, look at your map and the menus and all that good stuff. And the clock UI has been revamped, modernized a bit to show precisely, you know, like what time it is, how long you have before shit goes down. And I heard the save point system was gonna be modified a bit to accommodate for the portable nature of the 3DS. I don't know exactly how that'll work. I'll do a bit more research, but I heard things about that, and that sounds really cool. And overall, Majora's Mask 3D, I feel like, will be the definitive version of Majora's Mask. They can correct the wrongs from the N64 version, like they did with Ocarina of Time, with Ocarina of Time 3D. So I'm really looking forward to it. Now, one game that really took me by surprise was the new Fire Emblem. I played Awakening, and I loved that game. So this new Fire Emblem is definitely something that I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for. From what I can tell, it borrows heavily from Awakening, from the art style to the game mechanics to the people working on it. So, you know, I'm sure it'll be the familiar Fire Emblem experience, you know, with a new story and maybe some new mechanics here and there. But I wouldn't expect anything revolutionary, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's Fire Emblem, you know? I wouldn't want them to just completely change the formula, but I'm excited to see how this turns out. The art style looks beautiful as always, and from what Iwata said, he said that choices in this game will affect the world and the game in a larger scale than in any other previous Fire Emblem games, which is exciting. So yeah, looking forward to it. Another game that they showed off was Splatoon, which looks amazing. I love what they're doing with Splatoon. I feel like Splatoon is the first-person shooter equivalent of Super Smash Bros. Because Super Smash Bros. Made fighting games simple yet complex, you know? Anybody can pick it up and play it, but if you really dive into it, you realize just how deep this game is and just how much you can do with it. I feel like Splatoon will be very similar in that respect. It'll be the first-person shooter version of that. You know, like, my parents wouldn't be able to pick up Call of Duty and play that, but I feel like if they, you know, picked up Splatoon, they'd get the hang of it pretty quickly, and, you know, they don't always have to go around shooting other people. They can maybe stay back and shoot, paint and reclaim territory and stuff like that. My parents don't play video games, by the way. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically speaking, I feel like Splatoon is the only first-person shooter game that I've seen that they'd be able to pick up and have a good time with. In this Nintendo Direct, they showed off the hub, which features a bunch of stores that you can go to customize your character with clothes, as well as custom weapon loadouts. And the hub also features sort of imports from Miiverse of other people's avatars, of other people's Splatoon avatars, and they populate the hub, which is really cool. It's not like an online game where you can directly contact these avatars and these players, but those players' avatars will be sort of in the game, and you can check out their customization features, their weapon loadout, and it's really cool, I think. This game is actually a lot more extensive than I expected it to be. You know what? When I saw this game back in E3, I just figured, oh, it's just gonna be like a 4v4 multiplayer thing, maybe a few other modes here and there, but it has a single player mode, it has an extensive customization feature, and it just looks like a very full-fledged, deep game, and I'm very pleased about that. Last but not least, I want to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles X. That is probably one of my most anticipated titles of this year. I loved the original Xenoblade Chronicles, which I played on the Wii. I haven't finished it. Hopefully I'll finish it when it comes out on the new 3DS. The game's just so long, and I just haven't had time, but what I played was awesome, and the trailer looks amazing for Chronicles X. Loved the music. I literally replayed the trailer over and over again just to hear the music again and again. And just the artistic direction of the game. I know it's not the, in terms of polygons, it's not the most advanced because, the hardware on the Wii U is not as powerful as the one found on the PS4 and Xbox One, but I mean, for what it is, the game looks amazing. The vistas, that was one thing from Chronicles that I really loved, and the vistas are there. The worlds look just rich and just alive, and it's awesome. Now, if there's one thing that I hope Chronicles X changes from Chronicles is side quests. In Chronicles, it was pretty much mandatory to do them because otherwise you just have a really difficult time leveling your character and progressing your character. So you'd have to do these side quests in Chronicles, but the problem is that these side quests were tedious as hell. They were your standard MMO fetch quests, and I just hated doing them, to be honest. It was just such a grind. So what I'm hoping that they will do with Chronicles X is that they will either make side quests less tedious, which is what I would prefer, or they need to make them less mandatory, so to speak, give people perks for doing them, but not make it something that if you don't do, you'll have a really hard time finishing the main storyline. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know about you. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So yeah, that's pretty much it for major announcements and stuff that I am interested in. Let me know in the comments below if I missed any major announcements. I mean, everything else was just stuff like amiibos and eShop games. And, Wii games are now downloadable for Wii U. I mean, it's like Virtual Console, but for Wii, and these games will be accessible directly in Wii U mode instead of having to go into Wii mode and insert a disc. This is a downloadable version of Wii games that they are coming out with, and right now the ones that are available are Mario Galaxy 2, Punch-Out, and Prime Trilogy, or at least those are the ones that have been announced. That'll be coming out in the coming few days, weeks, months, and I'm sure more will be coming out in the future. But this is basically for people who missed out on some Wii classics, and it's for those who would like to play those without having to purchase a Wii. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So there you have it, folks. That's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on all the announcements made on this Nintendo Direct. Let me know if you're going to be getting a new 3DS XL, and let me know which version you want to get and which version you actually managed to get, because I know not everyone will be getting the Majora's Mask Edition new 3DS XL because of the limited supply, unfortunately. Anyways, let me know in the comments below, and look forward to the next episode of The Yong Show. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much, and Yong out.